Alright guys, before the video I do want to point out there was like some sort of unconfirmed sources that did come out, and it leaked like the whole chapter, like the entire chapter. I didn't really talk about that in this video, even though a lot of stuff kind of coincides, but those spoilers, as I said, unconfirmed, so I'm not really going to talk about that on my main channel, but it makes a lot of the images that we do kind of know more or less are actually confirmed. It makes them make sense. I'm going to link it in the description below so you guys can see for yourself.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols, reaming my body.
Alright guys, some new spoilers for Boruto recently released. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have absolutely no idea what these spoilers actually do mean. Now we have a couple of big things. One of the first things being is of course the well-being of Naruto. It seems like Naruto got knocked out of the Baryon mode. Now, we don't know exactly what that means. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that Kurama is dead. We have absolutely no confirmation of that yet. Maybe that's going to be the situation, but as of right now, we have absolutely no idea. But this frame right here pretty much makes it look like Ichigo just body slammed Naruto, and Naruto gets completely knocked out of the Baryon mode. Now, it's possible that Naruto can actually leave the Baryon mode without dying and actually save himself and actually potentially even save Kurama. But people are saying that Kurama is actually dead. As we know, if a tail beast is taken away from a Jinchuriki, the Jinchuriki will most likely die. Now, as I said, I really hope that Naruto by himself exited the Baryon mode and therefore actually did save himself and did save Kurama. One of the things that I definitely do want to point out is the fact that Naruto is in fact alert. Here's the thing, this doesn't necessarily confirm that Naruto is going to be good, and this doesn't necessarily confirm that Naruto is actually going to be alive. The thing is, if you guys do recall, the last time that the Nine Tails was actually extracted from Naruto, he wasn't DOA. Like, he himself wasn't automatically dead. Of course, it took some time, and similar to Naruto's mother, with the Uzumakis, they take a longer time to die because of their large chakra reserves. So of course, this right here doesn't necessarily mean that Naruto is completely out of the woods yet, but I still believe it's like a good sign that Naruto isn't like completely dead in this chapter. It seems like Naruto is actually alert. Now, another thing that I do want to talk about, Sasuke potentially got his Rinnegan destroyed in this chapter right here, which is absolutely insane. Now, it seems like Momoshiki completely disregarded everything and just completely like went straight for Sasuke's Rinnegan. It seemed like payback. It honestly seems like payback, but it happened later on in the chapter. One of the reasons why I say it happened later on in the chapter, if you guys see at the bottom of the image right here, Naruto is alert, Naruto is awake, and he's out of the Baryon mode. I don't necessarily want to say it's absolutely finished for Sasuke's Rinnegan. Maybe Sasuke's Rinnegan can come back from this. I have absolutely no idea. Sasuke's Rinnegan is literally one of a kind, or technically not one of a kind, man, because Rishiki had kind of the same Rinnegan, but regardless, I don't want to necessarily completely write off Sasuke's Rinnegan, but this right here is a huge blow to the character of Sasuke. I want everybody to start consoling the Sasuke fanboys out there, because this right here looks bad. And of course, Borushiki attacking Sasuke is of course a bombshell in itself. A lot of people thought that, including me, that Borushiki would definitely be on Sasuke and Naruto's side, man, because they have the goal of actually saving Boruto, but it seems like Borushiki or Momoshiki in this particular situation doesn't necessarily care. Some people are actually saying that this right here is payback, man, because Sasuke himself destroyed one of Momoshiki's Rinnegans. I could definitely see that, and I could definitely see Borushiki being completely on Sasuke and Naruto's side, but Momoshiki just being petty and wants to take out one of Sasuke's Rinnegans just because of the fact that Sasuke took out one of Momoshiki's Rinnegans. That right there is 100% possible. Now, some other groundbreaking spoilers that we did see in the spoiler dumps, Kawaki does actually have his Karma Seal back, but there is a lot of questions surrounding this. One of the first things being is the fact that Kawaki basically came out and like he stood up and like he was calm, like he was super calm. If you guys know anything about Kawaki, he absolutely hates the Karma Seal and he's absolutely terrified of Ichigo Tsuzuki. So him being calm in this particular situation is extremely confusing, especially seeing as how Kawaki was actually summoned to this particular point. If you guys do recall, one second Kawaki is just sitting in a bunker hiding from Ichigo Tsuzuki, and the next second he's teleported like literally right in front of Ichigo Tsuzuki. So I'm pretty sure he should have been automatically freaked out off of that, but it seemed like Kawaki stood up and he was extremely calm. Now here's the thing, Ichigo Tsuzuki rushes over to Kawaki to of course give him the Karma Seal, but it seems like Ichigo Tsuzuki himself was like kind of distraught, like he was surprised, he was like kind of, it looked like he was in pain or something like that. I have absolutely no idea, but it looked like he was completely distraught. And Kawaki in this particular situation, he seemed super calm, he seemed absolutely calm, and again, out of the ordinary, because Kawaki himself hates the Karma Seal and also hates Ichigo Tsuzuki. Now in the next frame, we see Kawaki with the Karma Seal. Now here's the thing, here's where it gets extremely confusing. We see Kawaki with a shadow clone. Now this right here is an extremely sentimental time, man, because Kawaki and Naruto, when they were really building their bond, Naruto was training Kawaki to basically master chakra, and of course one of the first things that he wanted to learn is the shadow clone jutsu from Boruto. We see like a sentimental flash towards Naruto, so it doesn't necessarily seem like it would be in Kawaki's nature to actually turn against Naruto. Of course, Naruto didn't necessarily do anything against Kawaki, but it does seem extremely fishy that Kawaki is extremely calm in this particular situation. And because of the fact that Kawaki does actually know how to use shadow clone jutsu, this could possibly mean that the person that Ichigo Tsuki was actually implanting the karma seal to was actually Kawaki's shadow clone and not necessarily Kawaki himself. But that right there wouldn't necessarily make any sense, mainly because Ichigo Tsuki, when he actually did implant Kawaki with the karma seal, Ichigo Tsuki himself looked calm. Like he was just standing over Kawaki and he was basically admiring his work, like, hey, I finally did it. So if that was the situation, it wouldn't necessarily make any sense. And even when Kawaki was implanted with the karma seal, Kawaki at that particular point still looked calm. Now, it would make absolute sense if you pretty much say that, hey, Kawaki is kind of turning his back against Naruto. Kawaki now wants to 100% be on the side of Ichigo Tsuki. But that right there still, in my opinion, doesn't make any sense, mainly because we did see that sentimental flash towards Naruto, and we do know that Naruto can actually potentially die literally in this chapter. And again, it wouldn't necessarily make sense for Ichigo Tsuki's plans to be foiled if this right here is actually a shadow clone, because Ichigo Tsuki in this very scene looks absolutely calm, even though in the scene before that, he looked completely distraught. But here's the thing, in the frame that they made it clear that that was a shadow clone, we see Ichigo Tsuki on his knees. Now, we don't really know if this is before the particular scene where Kawaki was actually infected with the karma seal, actually implanted with the karma seal, or this was after the scene where Kawaki was implanted with the karma seal. But if this right here is in fact after he was implanted with the karma seal, this can be clearly seen as Ichigo Tsuki kind of implanting Kawaki's clone with the karma seal and not necessarily Kawaki himself. And Ichigo Tsuki right here would probably be on his knees just because of the sheer fact that Ichigo Tsuki is on the brink of dying, regardless of if anybody else would actually touch Ichigo Tsuki. The real confusing part about this is the fact that we don't really have the timing of all of the spoiler pages. If we get like a label description or label pages, hey, this image comes first, this image comes second, we'd absolutely get a lot more information than we do actually have right now. It's just that we don't really know. If I'd give my complete, opinions about what the situation is, I think it's absolutely possible that Kawaki tricked Ichigo Tsuki into implanting his shadow clone with the karma seal, and because of that, Kawaki now is completely free. But in the future, Kawaki has a karma seal, so that right there wouldn't necessarily make any sense. Again, I did point out that possibility that Momoshiki implants Kawaki with the karma seal, and of course we understand from the earlier spoilers that Momoshiki is out, he's basically on his BS. I don't really know exactly what's going on here. I have absolutely no idea. I'm 1000% sure we're probably going to get more information about this whole situation, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's looking real spooky for chapter 53. Chapter 53 is definitely going to be a series altering chapter, probably to this point, one of the greatest chapters of all time. And it's so fitting that Kishimoto is going to be the person behind the whole script of this. But it's been your boy Bar B, and give me your opinions about these spoilers in the comment section below, and give me some of the things that you guys definitely want to see in this chapter. As I said, I really hope that Kawaki was actually implanted by the karma seal, probably by Momoshiki, and Ichigo Tsuki was fooled with the shadow clone by Kawaki. But at this point, we have absolutely no idea. It's been your boy Bar B, and we out.
It's a knife.